Hot chili weasel. All right. Well, that's interesting. A hot chili weasel. All right. Well, I saw a picture the other day of a guy in a beekeeping suit, and I thought that suit was pretty ugly. But hey, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That right? It is.
Yeah. And if James Bond took a bubble bath, would he then be 007?
Maybe.
And I had to, and the other day I saw a deer on the way to work yesterday. I don't know how I knew he was going to work though. And finally, that all fairy tales don't start with once upon a time. Some start with if elected, I promise.
Well, I've heard that. I've heard the orange one telling that fairy tale lately.
Well, yeah, his fairy tale is if elected, I become dictator for life. So.
Oh no, just for one day. Only one day.
Right, and the first one day will say, I am dictator for life. So
right.
There you go. On day one.
Maybe his is, if elected, I will be Nacho instead of Cheeto. I mean,
that's right.
He ascends or something.
He ascends to Nacho.
Ascends to Nacho level.
Ascending to the Nacho.
Ascend to the Nacho!
Okay, enough of this silliness. Should we roll the music, or do either of you two have anything to say or do before
I
roll
have to say, I agree. We should start the music.
Okay. Well, hello, greetings and salutations, and Moobarkfluff to all the creatures in the Podiverse. I am Bearly Normal, and you are listening to Bearly Furcasting featuring Taebyn. Why am I talking so fast? I don't know. Maybe it's one of those commercials.
I don't know.
It's like, so that means that Taebyn
like the
must
Micro
be
Machines
here,
guy,
right? It's like
what?
You're gonna
the Micro Machines guy.
You're gonna love my nuts. All right. So that means that Taebyn must be here. Taebyn, are you here?
I am. I think so.
Oh, good. You
I'm
are
not
here.
sure if I want to, apparently, at this point, but yeah, I'm here.
How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Oh, the usual.
The usual.
How are you, Mr. Bearly and Mr. Rayne?
Well, I'm doing okay. And of course, with us, is Rayne Raccoon, our other co-producer.
Yes.
Anything that you have to say there, Rayne?
Hello and Moobarkfluff, everyone.
Okay.
And I waved. I don't know why I waved.
And
time for Jesse for a walk. That's why.
I was going to try and beat you to that. I was going to try and say that before you did. But you beat me.
We can start over and you can do it first.
You beat me to beating you to it. Or we can say it together. 1, 2, 3.
Time for
Jesse for a walk.
There you go. Oh, wow. We are so bad at that. We are so
that's great. I like it. No, that's great.
We are so bad at that. Anyway.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
That's right. So to all our listeners, this episode is coming out very close to the season of the Christmas, which in just 9 short days, the Jolly Fat Man.
On dit en français le 9 de décembre.
Do you ever, Rayne, I have to ask you a question. Do you ever notice whenever he speaks French, he yells it?
Yes, and he also doesn't breathe, and his little puppy face turns red.
Goes red. I know. It's of course there was no cheese in that one though. That was I was surprised.
He didn't make it to the cheese. He ran out of air.
Yeah,
it is not so cheese, but I ascend to radish instead.
Ascend to radish.
Oh my God.
Taebyn, what have you got for us to start this show off today?
So I gotta do that plug thing, and actually, today, the day of this recording is the 16th of December. So in 3 short weeks is no, can't
4
be
short
3
weeks.
short weeks.
4 short weeks is
7 weeks. Is
Bill?
Get out the float. Is that I'm having trouble with math.
Well, because I've got FC on the brain, that comes first. So I'm not too worried
that's
about.
why I said 3 weeks. That's coming up.
Yeah. Get out the float comes up
plus 4.
Actually, get out the fourth. The fourth, get out the float is on the 1st of February is when we head over
2nd
there.
through the 4th.
Right, but I think we're heading over on Thursday after work. The very first. February 1st. 2124.
So long story short, all you furries, what I'm trying to say is Oh, this is gonna be a good episode. I can tell already.
Too late.
Yes.
Too late. It's already a horrible episode. So I'm trying to say, all you first, get out the float. February 2nd through 4th in Seaside, Oregon is a new con. Well, it's been running for several years now, but more as an event. Now it's an official con. Bearly, I and Rayne were there last year. It was really good, really fun time. Small con. So any fur that wants to go to a fun small con in Seaside, Oregon, you should go to that. So are we still looking for volunteers and panelists?
Not at this point. No, they're closed.
No.
So never mind.
Although I'm sure that BAF will take a volunteer, even if you just walk in and say, I would like to volunteer, I'm sure that BAF will take a volunteer. And I would also like to point out that hopefully by the time Get Out the Float shows up, you won't have to float there, because right now you cannot get into or out of Seaside.
Yes.
Oh, really?
It's underwater.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Anakim River has flooded, and 101 is flooded. You cannot get into or out of Seaside from the north or the south. So
really,
it is.
Was that like just announced today or something? I had not heard this.
That was
Bath posted about that 3 days ago. I think.
Oh, it wow!
Flooded.
Yeah,
I'm a behind.
The Pineapple Express really did a number on Seaside. It's really bad.
And hopefully, like I said, hopefully you won't have to take a boat to get out the float.
Yeah, February.
Well, the good thing is almost everybody going, will have floaties. So
that's true. They can just inflate them and just paddle on it.
Yes.
People can't see this, but I do a little doggy paddle.
Yes.
Did the Pineapple Express do as much of a number in Seaside as the Nacho Express has done on the Nation, or?
No, I don't think it's that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay, good. Oh, I was worried there for a second. Okay, everything's gonna be fine then.
And it was very good that it was not the Barking Pineapple Express, because that would have been extremely loud and wet.
That would have can't
loud and wet, not good, and cold.
Yes. So all you furs, definitely just come join. It's a really good time. Come have fun with us, and it's a pretty chill con type thing. We've got lots of stuff going on, of course, but it's small enough where you can just hang out with furs and stuff, and you don't have to travel miles to find a fur across on the other side of the convention center, like you have to at AC or something like that. So anyway, it'll be a good time. Come join us. Go to getoutthefloat.com. That's one word to register and see what's all going on with that and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Bark.
Absolutely.
Bark.
Bark, bark, bark.
Oh, the thing is what you were referring to, though.
The thing.
With the kitty formations.
The cat formations, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time for our weekly cat formations?
Yes.
Okay. Zen music.
Engage. Ah, woo.
Woosa.
So, all you furs, it is, as Bearly has said, our weekly time for Catfumations. Mindful mantras? Yes. It's I don't know what
it's a shame we can't get him to do it this way for all the podcast.
Right?
Oh, I know, right?
Pup, zen out. You've got to be zen for Catfumations.
Oof. Okay, yes. Ooh. Mindful mantras to awaken your inner kitty. The first cat formation for this week. I am grounded. I can't. Oh, I just found the kitty in the picture. Can you see the kitty in the picture?
It's the pot.
Yeah.
It's the pot. I didn't see it at first, but it's the dirt in the pot.
Yes.
It's adorable. It's adorable. Inner peace is just a catnap away.
That's very true. I will give you that. Mm-hmm. Meow.
Oh, and the kitty.
Kitty at the bottom of the pyramid.
And I don't have to chase anything to be happy.
Unlike a puppy.
Kitty and the
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like a puppy. I was just showing the little pictures of the kitties that are on each page, and that concludes the Catfumations for this week. And also concludes me actually being zen for the entire week. No more of that. Wow, that was a lot of
3
work.
minutes of quiet Taebyn.
But
that takes more energy out of him than running around a convention.
It does.
All
it
day.
really,
He's
really
tired.
does.
Yeah,
it really
he's tired
does.
now. Yes.
Oof. It's like I've been in the street too long with all the cars. I've been tired.
Oh,
No.
Okay, let's get to the past today.
Doop, doopy, doopy, doop.
Okay.
Why do I pay for epidemic sound?
So tell me about this. Before we get into this, I want to hear about this word. I don't understand how to pronounce it.
Huenian.
Huenian?
Huenian. Yeah, I mean, it's up to
Huenian?
interpretation how you pronounce it. I think Huenian.
Huenian. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us all about Huenian.
So last week we discussed this, and this was, I didn't know if I needed to actually talk about this on the show, because these were actually notes for you, Bearly, to let you know a few things we talked about last week. I wanted you to know, because it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, do I talk about them now again, since the purpose was to let you know, or because now you know?
Well, now I know, but I didn't know how to pronounce it.
He doesn't know about Huenian.
Okay.
I didn't know. I mean, I can read here that it's what happened and how it got there, but I want to know if you submitted it to the National Lexicon, much like we did Moobarkfluff.
Not yet. That's true. I have not.
Yep. Okay.
Good point.
So we need to.
Yeah, and NFL needs to know National Furry Lexicon.
Yes. So the
They
NFL.
do.
Not that other one. The other one sucks. They just play with the stupid ball. Like, who makes a ball in the shape of an eye?
That won't roll. Yeah.
It won't roll. It just bounces and goes all crazy. It's not fun.
And since it's apparently going to go away anyway because of the whole Pac-12 thing, have you heard about that?
Well, yeah, the Pac-12 is going away.
There's a pack of 12 going away. A pack of 12 werewolves.
Pack of 12 werewolves are going, leaving only 2.
Well, sometimes 2 is all it takes.
That's just a couple. So no, I did hear about the Pac-12 going away, and so for those listeners that aren't sports ball players or aficionados, Pac-12 is a college league of teams.
Gentlemen. Oh no!
Well, teams.
That's a movie. That's a totally different thing.
No, it's teams. I mean, or it's universities and colleges that compete against each other in sports ball events, much like baseball, football, hootenannies, all those things.
Actually, no, they don't have foosball.
No, they have like volleyball and baseball and tennis and all those sports.
Do they have pickleball?
I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But
that's a thing, apparently.
Apparently, that's a thing. Yes, I've never played with my balls and pickles at the same time, but maybe it's something that I should try.
People like that.
Yeah,
just be careful. Don't get the pickle juice in any open cuts because it burns.
True.
It sounds like a very violent sport too.
Yes.
So you could have a lot of open wounds and things.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, so Pac-12 is going away because of whatever reason. The college associations of something decided that league needed to go away, and so several of the it was 12 because it was 12 colleges and universities, because it used to be the Pac-10. I remember when it was Pac-10.
Yeah.
I remember when it was the Pac-8 before that.
Oh, really?
And then it became the Pac-12, and now that's going away, and they're redoing all the leagues for the colleges, if I understand correctly. And
you know that the big huge thing with all this is the pebbles and pellets because of the Pac-Man.
The Pac-Man, yes.
That was bad. That was
chasing ghosts. But anyway,
but this makes just as much sense as any of the stuff I've heard about it at work. So
yes, I mean, it's no one knows why, and they're always like, well, they said this and they said that, and it's like, well, who's they? Well, the people in charge, them. Yes, like somebody had to be sitting around a table going, it would be a really good idea if we just scrap all of the leagues and start it all over again, so that universities and colleges have to travel twice as far as they used to in order to compete. Right? And then we want them all to have A and B averages in order to compete, but they're not going to be able to be in school for 3 days a week. So how are they going to do it?
So we're not going to have we're not going to have anything anymore.
It's like, come on, folks. It's crazy. Anyway, so we're going to submit the word Huendian. I can't say it.
Huendian.
We're going to submit.
Taebyn and I worked this out last week. It's
Huendian. Okay, so we're going to submit that to the National Furry Lexicon to see if they will recognize it as a official furry word.
Yes.
And so stay tuned, good listeners, to find out if we get an acceptance or a rejectionist about that word.
Oh, and it's in this case it would be the fluffle, not
fluffle?
the official word. That didn't work.
That's good though. It was a good try. It was a noble attempt. It was a noble attempt.
A for effort.
A for effort. E for effort. It's like, so how come you have letter grades A, B, C, D, F?
I didn't.
I
actually don't have any idea. There's got to be some history there, but I have no idea.
Between E and F, E is just enough to pass.
That's true.
Well, you know what they say, D's get degrees.
Or maybe it's exceptional. So like it's A, B, C, D, and then all of a sudden there's like a spike, and it's all exceptional, and then you flunk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Maybe. I don't know.
That explains my high school.
Ha.
So when I was in grade school, they tried to get away from letter grades, and they started giving us numbers.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that. I've heard schools that try and do that. Yeah.
However, they did it backwards. So a 1 was bad, but a 5 was good.
Well, that's just confusing.
That's very confusing.
Because considering, GPAs,
And it's just like the first time the report cards came home, and I got all 4s and 5s, and my parents thought that I was doing badly, and I was actually doing goodly.
Mama and Papa barely whooped his butt, and I was
actually doing goodly.
You gotta study more.
I know. I was like, those are good. That's a 4 and a 5. That's
Don't
further
you lie
down.
to us, mister.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh my god. Okay. So anyway,
and everyone was grounded from school the next day. No one showed up to school because they were all grounded for doing so bad in school.
That's right.
Because they all got 4s and 5s.
Yeah. Some person's bright idea. Anyway, let's get to some. I think we have some OMQs that we need to get to, or at least talk about.
We have some OMQs.
We do. So we did them last week, but we're going to give you the answers this week because we're feeling really generous. It's the giving season and all.
It's the giving season. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you're doing such a good job in doing that thing where you ignore. I love it. This is good.
It's just ingrained in us now.
I was just gonna say, I bet it's like second nature now. Just like, that's Taebyn doing a thing. We'll just keep going.
So our movie quotes, our OMQs. Our movie quote for OMQ was, "Gentlemen, since you're about to die anyway, I may as well tell you the entire plot. Think of it, villains, Jack. You want Dracula? Dracula? Hang on, I'll fetch him. Dracula, I can get King Kong. We'll have a nightmare with Freddy Krueger. Have a surprise party for Adolf Hitler. Hannibal Lecter can do the catering, and then we'll have a christening for Rosemary's Baby. All I have to do is snap my fingers, and they'll be here. They're lining up to get here, and do you know why, Jack? Should I tell you why? Because here, in this world, the bad guys can win."
Okay. It sounds a lot like something from Pirates of the Caribbean, because they keep talking about Jack. Okay.
No.
Well, I stand by my guess from last week. It's got to be from Bambi.
No, it's from The Last Action Hero. You know,
Really?
with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yes.
Arnold
So I
Schwarzenegger.
can't.
It's the scene where the bad guy actually gets the magic movie ticket.
Ooh.
And he starts
I've got a
bringing
golden ticket.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not that ticket.
Oh,
But
wrong one.
Yeah. Then our music quote was, "Now the only thing a gambling man ever needs is a suitcase, Lord, and a trunk. And the only time a fool like him is satisfied is when he's all stone cold drunk."
Now that one's Bambi.
No.
Remember
Bambi
that scene when Thumper and Bambi, they were in the house together, and there was a fire in the fireplace, not in the house, but
That's not the No, that's not the gambler.
Nope. You're thinking along the right lines, though.
Oh yeah.
It is House of the Rising Sun.
Oh, I was just gonna actually. I was gonna say Dance Fever, but no, that wouldn't.
As opposed to the House of the Setting Sun, which is a funeral parlor.
Yes.
There's a difference there. There's
just down the street.
Just down the street.
Down the street.
It's the House of the Setting Sun. Yes.
It's
to the west.
Yeah.
They get they get people coming in all the time. Knock. I'd like to go to the House of the Setting Sun. Is this a House of the Setting Sun? No, that's down the street. This is the one where things rise up.
Yeah.
So it's not the death, it's the rising.
It's the rising up.
Rise up. What's the word? Ascending.
Ascending.
to nacho and radish.
Ascending to nacho radishes.
Yeah, no, that's not
radish. That's nacho radish.
You make it
nacho radish.
So easy to do this.
Nacho radish.
Taebyn, you make it so easy to do this piece every week.
Oh my cow.
And so our literature quote is deep in the human unconscious is a pervasive need for a logical universe that makes sense. But the real universe is always one step beyond logic.
Deep in the human unconsciousness is a pervasive need for a logical universe that makes sense. But the real universe is always one step away.
And I had to say, when I read this in the notes, I thought that said perversion need. And I was like, wow, we are going
deep
way
in the
off
human
the deep
unconscious is a perversion need for a logical universe
that makes sense.
I don't know if that makes sense, but okay, we'll go there.
Oh my God, we broke Rayne.
So Rayne is...
We broke him.
Have you guys got a clue about what the...
No, who was that by? What was that from?
Let me take a guess. Okay, so this is a literature quote. Human unconsciousness, the real universe is always one step beyond logic. Oh, I actually don't have any idea. Is it from Time? No, it's not. I don't even know.
Is it from Marlon Bundo? No.
No,
I would recognize that from Marlon
Bundo.
Yeah.
Close.
It is from Dune by Frank Herbert.
Oh, an author with two first names.
Yes.
Yes.
That would be a good. That would actually be a good furry name, Frank Herbert, because then he would be the author with two first names. So you have to dig to understand why it's a good furry name. But I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Taebyn, you have some obscure media quotes from last week as well.
I do.
All right, let's hear them.
Oh, Bearly's all right then. So could we hear them now? So they're actually song quotes. The first goes, and I sang them last time too, so I'll do that this time too, because before I haven't sung them before, but I'm going to sing them this time.
Okay.
So the first goes, it's hard to bargo Nargo's house with all these marbles in my mouth.
It sounds like nonsense.
Everything I usually say.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the gambler. No.
Yeah. Gambler.
It's actually close. It's the Godfather.
It's the theme from Raccacoonie.
Raccacoonie?
So, Raccacoonie is the multiverse version of Ratatouille in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay.
Instead of a rat on the guy's head, it's a raccoon on his head.
I
so they have
see.
to wear really tall hats because raccoons are bigger than rats.
I see.
Obviously.
They are.
Obviously.
And yeah, he pulls the guy's hair and makes him do all the things.
I've seen some pretty
it's
big
the theme
rats.
from Raccacoonie. I have too. I've been to New York.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them there from what I understand.
Right. It's the theme from Raccacoonie.
And also in Washington, there's a lot of
rats there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But who is that by? What is that from?
That is oh yeah, we're doing a thing. That is Smells Like Nirvana by Weird Al.
Oh.
Okay.
Which is, of course,
okay.
There you go.
If all you furs probably know or might not know, that is a cover of Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit.
You know, I was going to say Smells Like Teen Spirit, but I thought theme from Raccacoonie sounds more like it, but I guess I was wrong.
So drop in a little da-da-da, like the beginning little guitar thing to Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
That was that was a note. You have several notes because you have to. Anyway, the next one is. Oh yeah, it goes.
Musical notes. Yeah, we get it.
F sharp.
That one's F sharp.
B flat.
Okay,
be quiet.
So
be quiet.
E quiet, which is not me. That's not my
See
note.
everywhere.
Yes. It's time to celebrate your birthday. It happens every year when we eat a lot of broccoli and drink a lot of beer. You should be good and happy now that there's something you can eat. 1 million people every day are starting in the street.
Oh, that's Eat It by Weird Al.
Very close. Very close. Not quite, though. No, it's not new.
Dolly Parton.
No Clue by the Backstreet
Dolly
Boys.
Parton.
No, it's not that. Because the Backstreet Boys, that was like their theme song. We have no clue.
Wait a minute. Could it be possibly Sammy Davis Jr.?
Candyman.
Very possibly
Candyman
be
can.
Sammy,
Candyman can.
but
yes.
it's not. It's
oh,
not.
okay.
The Candyman. The Candyman. Oh, the Candyman can.
It's the song "Happy Birthday" by Weird Al.
Oh, well, that explains why you sang it on my birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Because all you first last week was Rayne's birthday, so I sang that for Rayne's birthday. Mm-hmm. And the third song. What am I? I'm spitting on myself.
Puppy is dying.
I was gonna say something, but then I thought, no, if I say it, it'll actually happen. I was going to say, hey, Apple person, call 911, but that would have been, if I had said the actual word, I would have gotten a 911 call.
911, yeah.
Okay. It's true, and that's not what you want to happen right now.
No, I do not want that to happen. No.
So the third song quote that I sang to Rayne last year goes like this.
Yes.
Last year.
Last week.
Last week.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It goes, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rayne Raccoon. Happy birthday to you. Yay, happy birthday and all that. Yay. We're doing it again a week later.
See, I was wrong last week. I thought it was, what did I think of? Jingle Bells.
Jingle. It was,
now,
you were close.
I am pretty sure that it's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Because it's popular again, apparently.
Yes, you are correct. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Okay.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
It's Christmas at Ground Zero. It happens every year. No, that's a combination of two different Weird Al songs. I will stop now because I'm not doing it correct.
Okay.
Christmas at Ground Zero happens every year. Oh no. It's Christmas time again. Run. Here comes Santa. We know what's in his big pouch back there. It's not toys, boys and girls.
Dropping bombs.
No, it's an M60.
M60
machine
Santa
gun.
bot.
Santa Bot. Yep, taking over.
The Santa Bot.
Yep.
Oh my cow.
Santa Bot's from
Futurama.
Futurama. That's right.
Yes. He kills all the bad little boys and girls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do kind of want to watch the new movie that's out, Evil Night or something like that. It's got the guy that plays Santa was the sheriff on Stranger Things.
Oh,
nice.
He was also Hellboy in the last Hellboy movie.
But this is some family. It's a dark comedy. Some family, some people come in and are trying to do a home invasion robbery, and it's Christmas Eve, and so Santa comes down, and the little girl says, "These men are naughty. What do you do with naughty men?" And so he just wails on them, and that's what the movie's all about.
So I heard the Stranger Fiction guy. He also in this movie he plays Left Shark after Left Shark has gone through rehab.
Okay,
and so I heard it's a pretty nice riveting tale. About
that's a riveting tale. All right. Yeah.
Rosie the
Whale
Riveter.
of a tail with Left Shark.
Tail. Well, I was going to tell this joke later, but the little pink fleshy bits in a shark's teeth. You know what those are called?
I don't.
Those are slow swimmers.
Oh, that's so bad.
Taebyn's eyeballs are crossed. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Do you know what you call the pink fleshy bits in between a shark's teeth?
I just got it. Okay. Now that you say it again, I needed that. Thank you for. Oh my cow. Okay, that's okay. Good. Got that.
Yes.
Got that. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Me too.
So, do you have a couple of jokes at this point, Taebyn?
I do. Things that we can get out of the way.
Yes, get them out of the way.
I have two stupid jokes that I made up. So some might say 2 jokes, 1 pup. I don't. Okay.
Oh no!
That actually wasn't one of them.
No.
But
thank goodness.
That was just the prelude.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know. So I'm semi-proud of myself for making these up. Actually, no, I'm really proud of myself, but I'll say semi so that I don't sound so horrible that anyway, I'll just...
Oh, he's so proud of himself, he's driving a huge truck.
Yes.
Full of pride.
And it's off the rails. I heard that the night captain of the cow farm was Sirloin. You first should see Bearly right now. He's all like rubbing his temples. He's like, oh no, I need aspirin. I just know he needs aspirin right now.
I hope that was the better of the two or the worst of the two.
I hope so too.
Okay. I hope
and actually, so I told my honey that I made it, just whenever I made it a few days ago, and I told him that, and he did the same thing Bearly did just now, basically. But then he said, usually it's called a cattle ranch, not a cow farm. I know. So
cow farm.
Cow farm.
So
I didn't pick up the fact that you said cow farm. So that's
you're so used
funnier.
to Taebyn speak that it just
it's like okay,
it washes right over us.
Like, right, oh, that's what it is. Yeah,
that's right. That is what he said. He did say cow farm. I didn't even realize. So honey had to make sure we're on the right page here. So the second one is, I was actually proud of myself for this. So I figured out that a mascot is it's not a big animal for a sporting event or things like that. Really, a mascot is where you go to sleep at a Catholic church. It's a mascot.
Oh.
There's a few layers there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know which one was better or worse. There they are.
So speaking of that,
as an ex-Catholic, we don't sleep in mascots. We just sleep in the pews like everybody else.
Right.
Okay, good. And for somehow you do because they're pews.
Well, that's because the old people, they fart a lot.
And when mass is over, when everybody's leaving, that's a mass exodus.
It is. It is.
And when the whole congregation dies,
Yeah.
that's mass extinction.
Mass extinction. Yes.
And when the whole congregation weighs a lot, that's
A lot of
that's
mass.
I
It's
guess.
mass.
It's
That's
a
just
mass.
mass.
It's a mass.
They have massed the mass.
You have amassed a mass.
Oh
my cow.
That went in so
All
many better directions than I thought it was going to go. That's great.
It
no
went
idea.
in infinite directions. Okay.
Oh, well, you told a
Infinitely many
Catholic
better
joke.
directions too.
Yeah, you told a Catholic joke
to two Catholics. Well, one ex-Catholic and barely. I'm not sure where your Catholicism sits these days.
Two jokes, one pup. Yes.
Well, I consider myself a succeeded Catholic because I don't practice anymore.
Oh, I'm in Catholic recovery too.
Yes. Speaking of Catholics, and let's get to the news of the odd.
Speaking of Catholics, let's talk about the odd some more. Let's continue that.
That's right. So the first one is a story about a dog sniffer or a sniffer dog, not a dog sniffer.
Okay, I was going to say.
I was going to say, there's several ways that could go there.
Okay. Wait, are you inviting Skuru back on?
Yes,
because he's the dog sniffer.
He's a dog sniffer. Yes,
he loves sniffing dogs.
The title is Holy Moly! A sniffer dog helps rediscover a rare mole. The De Winstons.
Did he go to the doctor to have that removed? Or?
I guess, yes. It was rare. The De Winton's golden mole was last spotted in the wild in 1936, almost 100 years ago. But with the help of a mole-sniffing dog, which made me giggle when I read that, because I didn't know that they had to have dogs to sniff out moles, but apparently they do.
Apparently they do.
And
you can get anything on the internet these days.
That's right. Get anything you want. That's right. It's on Temu for $4.99.
Right.
And a new environmental DNA analysis, researchers are taking it off the most wanted lost species list, which I didn't realize was an actual list either.
Rayne did the dun dun dun.
And so for next week, I will have to look up the most wanted lost species list and see what's on there.
I am very actually excited to hear how this turns out. I
bet Taebyn's not on there.
I'm pretty sure Taebyn is not on there.
I'm pretty sure I'm not on the most wanted list. That's for sure.
Yes. Okay. Our next story comes from Minnesota, and it's
Minnesota.
It's about a moose called Rut. His name is Rut.
Oh,
and
poor moose.
The journey of Minnesota's Rut the Moose is tracked by a herd of fans. A herd of followers are tracking a moose on the loose in southern Minnesota, hoping the majestic animal's journey ends safely after it was spotted 140 miles northwest of Minneapolis. Fans have been tracking the young male moose for weeks and posting updates on a Facebook page that, as of several Tuesdays ago, had more than 18,000 followers.
Whoa.
Oh, my cow. What?
No, oh, my moose.
My moose, indeed.
Admirers call the animal Bullwinkle or Rut, the latter in homage to a scatterbrained moose from the movie Brother Bear. A Minnesota Department of Natural Resources big game expert, he likes big games, like Monopoly.
And he cannot lie.
Yes.
Like Monopoly and Tiddlywinks.
That's right. Told the Minnesota Star Tribune that moose typically only roam in northern Minnesota, making the now famous moose's visit to south and central Minnesota a rare treat. The agency's big game program coordinator said the young moose is likely looking for home territory or other moose, not meese, and is expected to continue moving north. He's lost and trying to get home to his family, they said. And an amateur moose tracker, are there professional moose trackers?
Apparently.
If there are amateurs, it stands to reason that there will be
if there are professional dog sniffers, then there's got to be professional moose trackers.
That's right. That's right. A professional moose, or an amateur moose tracker, said traffic on the Facebook page of which she is the administrator picked up in September when the moose was spotted in Iowa near the border of Minnesota. So the Rut enthusiasts have been monitoring. Rut enthusiasts? That sounds bad. Has been monitoring this fan page for weeks.
For that.
It's almost like seeing a unicorn, they said. They're just really beautiful animals, and we don't get a chance to see them around our area. Kind of like the turkeys walking down the street, which, by the way, were back yesterday. and they had a 6th. There was 6 of them, not 5. So
they do that. They pick up, and they're not beautiful animals.
No,
beautiful.
Turkeys are ugly as sin.
They are just like everything they do is sin. They are also ugly.
They are beautiful when they have been cooked at 350 degrees for a couple of hours.
And sprinkled and buttered and garlic and everything.
Yes. They're very beautiful then. But they definitely need a spa day before they're beautiful.
Yes.
And even as soon as they're dead, they're beautiful.
Yes, as soon as the moment they're dead, they're much more beautiful that way. Yeah. Yes,
so, I think so.
Taebyn, have you ever been in a gondola?
Oh, there was like a Italian boat thingies.
The little boat thingies, it's got the little curly thing on there.
Not.
And the guy with the pole, it's like that.
And then when the sun hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That kind.
It's the moon.
Yeah. So
when the moon, right? Okay, right. Not the moose. When the moose hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
No, when the eel when their eel hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
That's
oh no. Anyway, a group of tourists fell into the Venice Canal when their gondola capsized after they reportedly ignored orders to stop taking selfies.
Like, it's a little shaky boat. It should stand to reason that you don't just stand there with your phone like that.
Right.
Okay,
the gondolier shouted at them to sit down and stay still as he tried to maneuver under a bridge, according to the local media. But they apparently ignored him and all went on one side of the boat to take a selfie.
All on once? What?
Right. So what do you think happens? Right? Yeah. So they boop, right over it goes.
What do you think happened then? Well, they all came out fine.
They all got wet. Yes. The gondolier helped one to shore and then dived back in to rescue the others from the Rio.
I don't think he should have done
della
that.
Verona near
I would have left
Upper House. Yes. You can go on YouTube and watch this entire thing happening because
I am going to do that.
Onlookers filmed the spectacle and footage of the drenched tourists clinging to the boat. It went viral on sites like TikTok, YouTube, and X.
I am going to look this up.
Interestingly enough, there are persistent complaints about over-tourism in the Italian city because of everybody going there because of the prettiness and everything, and holiday makers and cruise ship day trippers packing Venice for most of the year. They are now going to start.
So they pack their own deer? Or?
Yes, they pack venison in. Wow, I don't even know where to go with that.
I don't either. I think I already did, and it's dead. It's done.
What are we...
Now the train is in the canal.
Now the train's in the canal, and it's all bubbly. Right.
Oh my cow!
They're going to start charging people €5 a day to go into the city between April and July in order to hopefully cut down on the tourism.
I don't think that's enough. I think they need to charge more. I seriously do.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be enough Karens that bitch about the $5 fee or the €5 fee. So
yeah,
and they
for them they should charge double.
True.
You're a Karen. You pay €10.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you're a Karen. You're going to be a Karen. That's right. Venice also banned cruise ships from entering the harbor amid concerns about pollution.
The horror.
Yeah, well, the entire city is like the lower levels of the entire city is like what used to be on the ground. They're not designed for being underwater.
Right.
There's a lot of problems with erosion of those old buildings. Yeah, a cruise ship coming in and out creates a huge wave.
Mm-hmm.
So when I used to dive, the cruise ships coming into Cozumel, you would have to get really low to the bottom of the harbor there and stay on the bottom. Otherwise, the tide or the wave that would come from the ship would just drag you right out. It was crazy. We would look for depressions. Yeah, no. Well, you don't. And as you're diving, you can't see the ship coming in because you're underwater.
Right.
Yeah. You just all of a sudden feel this huge, you feel this huge tug, and you're like, oh crap! You get down low somewhere in a depression and wait it out. Yeah.
So that is the news of the oddly newsed. Unless you have something.
So kinda. So back at your the Rut the Moose story.
Yes.
After you said the first paragraph, my brain was doing things, and I don't think it's doing anything. I mean, I think it's obvious that usually my brain doesn't do things. So saying that it was actually doing something is take that with a grain of salt. But so I feel that there's something here. So I'm going to try this, and it's probably going to be horrible and a waste of every fur's time. Are you ready to waste time?
Well, of course they are. They're listening to this show. Of course they're ready to waste time.
Wasting time. And also, it's just like when you throw all your spices out. You waste time.
You waste time.
And oregano.
It's not very sage to do that.
No.
No.
Oh, my cow.
I'm going to leave that bay alone.
Let's see. A herd of followers. Well, I heard them. They're tracking a moose on the loose. A moose on the loose in southern Minnesota. So it's not the big 32-ounce soda you get. It's the Minnesota. Hoping, not hopping, but hoping that the majestic animal's journey ends safely after it was spotted. Oh, so now they're searching for a cheetah?
Yes. Spotted
140 miles northwest of Minneapolis. So it's not the big gala apples you get. It's the mini apple. Okay, I'm done. I did that. That was all I had to do there. I don't know why I don't know.
Because you can't see a pun without making it.
It is so true. Oh, my cow. You know me so well.
I know. And it's like I've known you for almost a dozen years.
It feels like that for me, too.
You knew me even before I was born. That's amazing.
I know. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So shall we get to our media?
Barely took his headphones off. Rayne didn't quite get it.
I should have.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to start. Where to begin? So I've watched the newest Doctor Who specials, Wild Blue Yonder, as well as the new Star Beast.
Ooh.
Why are you blowing your microphone?
I have no idea, but thanks for asking.
Okay.
But it does have a big smile on its face.
The microphone's very happy, yes. So I did watch Star Beast and Wild Blue Yonder. They're very good, but they have some canon issues. For more,
too many pirates because of all this canon.
That's right. Yeah. So for more on that, be sure to tune in to the other podcasts that we do. 3 Do Who, out monthly on wherever you get your podcasts.
YouTube.
So what does canon? What does this canon issue mean?
So canon is what's established. So like. Our canon on this show is Moobarkfluff means...
okay.
Yeah, that's canon. Canon is that Taebyn will always be goofy, weird, strange, and try and do things to make Bearly upset. That's canon. Okay? That's canon. So...
Okay. That sounds
what is established? What is normal? What is things? So the new Doctor Who is an old doctor... back again, so that's part of
he was the 10th Doctor. Now he's the 14th.
Okay, so not like Tom Baker, but that idea is come back.
So he's back. So there's a canon issue there because the canon is that they can't regenerate back to a former self. So that's the biggest canon issue.
Well, it's not that big of a canon because the caretaker was the 4th Doctor's face. So
true. Yes. But anyway,
he says all you first listen to 3 Do Who podcast,
and you will hear all this discussion. Discussed. Yes. Right. So I
do have to say, speaking of making Bearly upset, I have to interrupt once again because that's what this pup does. And I have to say that since there were so many issues, that's great because that means that the magazine company was booming.
True. Very true.
Yeah. Okay, that's all that was stupid. Okay. I had to say that, though.
I did watch the 2 Nun movies.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
None were better, but
none were worse.
None were worse.
I feel better now. Thank you so much for saying that. I actually feel better about myself.
Okay. And the new Exorcist movie, which is pretty good.
Is that scary?
It's not so much.
Was it? Is it a remake of the original?
No, it's
a completely
Exorcist
different one.
the Believer, and
okay.
it's just another Exorcist in another Exorcist series.
Okay,
you need to drop in after Rayne says it's Believer, or no? Who said Believer? Bearly said Believer.
Yeah.
After you say that, drop in a clip of the who sings Ramones. Now I'm a believer.
That's the Monkees.
It's the
Monkees.
Ramones.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Or I could
completely different genres.
I could actually drop in the clip from Eddie Murphy singing it as Donkey in Shrek.
True.
That's right. He did.
Yes.
Yes, do that. Yes.
Okay.
And I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
I've been doing movie watch nights with some friends over FaceTime, which is where we all get on FaceTime together, and then we all.
Are they friends from like just all over and everything? Is that why you do that?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Canada
Nice.
and East Coast and down south and around the world, Australia.
Technology is so
and
awesome.
we get on FaceTime and we pick the movie and then we say 3, 2, 1 and we all press start at the same time. And
nice.
We tried to do it as a watch party. You can do that on HBO.
On the
On the
you
TV.
can also do it on Amazon.
However, you can't do it with people in different countries.
Yeah.
You can only do it in the same country that you're sitting at. So now we just do it.
Speciest.
I know. Yes. Segregated.
Specious.
So I've been rewatching the Game of Thrones for the other podcast, Royal Highness. It seems like I'm plugging all our other podcasts. And
there's one more you haven't plugged yet, though. We're waiting. We'll get there.
I don't have that one to plug tonight.
Oh well, aren't you guys going to talk about plugs?
We'll probably talk about. We probably talked about plugs on that one. Yes, and that's called Off Leash. All right, so there we go.
Okay, now you got them all. We got them all.
Now I got them all.
Got them all.
And rewatched season 6 of Rick and Morty, which is kind of fun. And there we go. That's what I've been watching. Rayne, how about you?
There we go.
I watched the new Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny.
Wasn't the best
one? Yes.
Yeah.
Are there aliens in this one too?
No.
No.
But it wasn't the best Indiana Jones movie. I have to say it's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is still in the worst place of all of them.
But they deal with time travel in this one, and I'm not really...
Yeah, I'm not great with it either.
Really?
But I do have to say the de-aging that they did on Harrison Ford was like amazingly convincing. There was no uncanny valley. It really looked like a young Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm. Jenny Craig really did her mark on Harrison Ford.
Well, I mean, it was amazing. It looks like they could do a whole nother series of Indiana Jones movies with this technology, and you would never know, aside from the fact that everybody knows Harrison Ford is, at his age now.
I can't wait to see Matt and Trey make a South Park, because of course you remember the South Park episode they did about it was the crystal Indiana Jones and how that whole thing. So that was a great episode, and so I can't wait to see the episode when they do something to this one.
The other thing I didn't like about it is they kind of really over romanticized the Antikythera device and made it this time traveling like amazing thing, and then they made it look like something completely different than if you look at what's left of the Antikythera device in the museums. So that was a little disappointing.
That's a thing?
Yes, it was supposedly made by Archimedes, at least in Dial of Destiny. The Antikythera device is one of the oldest mechanical computers we've ever uncovered. Just look it up. It's it was from Greece.
I can't even
Antikythera.
Antikythera,
yes.
Auntie and uncle. Auntie what?
Antikythera.
Antikythera. I'll send you a link.
Thank you. Yes, please. That's going to be so much easier. Yeah, thank you.
So the problem I had with that movie, the Antikythera device, is that because of the time travel and the paradox of time travel, that Indiana Jones brought the completed Antikythera device to Archimedes, who then created the Antikythera device, which means that if he didn't
finished it, because he was working on it,
but he didn't know how to make it, and that's when he's so that whole paradox of time travel really played heavy on that movie when I watched it. And I was actually, when I watched that, I actually stood up from my chair and I was walking around the room going, "That's not the way time travel works. That's not the way it works."
It was especially for Whovians, it was very, very sloppily done. But so that was that movie. It was okay. Like I said, I really liked the de-aging process. I thought that was amazing. I would love to see some more younger Indiana Jones adventures at some point, if they want to do that. I also watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I kind of alluded to earlier, with Michelle Yeoh. Great movie, really funny, and Ke Huy Quan, who many may remember as Data from the Goonies and Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, was incredibly awesome, and it was so good seeing him acting again. And his character is just the heart and soul of this movie. And it's a beautiful movie. It's funny. I highly recommend it.
I have to say the funniest scene, which is a total nonsensical scene, is Jamie Lee Curtis and her hot dog fingers.
Oh God, the hot dog fingers, the lesbian hot dog finger. Oh my God. Such a good.
It's just like, why do you need hot dog fingers? That was just so dumb.
I thought it was, like I said, the movie it's hilarious. It's got heart. It's really
got
fun.
heart. I think it's based on a children's story.
Possibly,
which is why I think the hot dog fingers are there. So all the different places.
It's just so good, and like Ke Huy Quan, I just love seeing him back. And then of course he went on to do, I guess, was it last season of Loki? He plays a character in last season of Loki.
He does. Yes.
So, and he wore a data belt in that season of Loki.
He did. Yes.
Yes.
Taebyn, how about you? What have you been watching lately? You can turn your microphone on first.
Yeah, the microphone needs to be on for us to hear you.
There's a story that there's a few stories.
There's lots of stories.
What is the story? Or is it a riddle or something that someone, how does it go? Someone goes back in time. And gets, like, say, Albert Einstein's big works of Albert Einstein or something. And then brings it to the future. Oh, and then so something like that, and something about, so who actually created Albert Einstein's Trieste?
Yeah, that's the whole time paradox, time travel paradox.
Yeah. So you're talking about that, and I was trying to remember what that thing is, because I knew about that.
Yeah. You've talked about time paradoxes on here before.
Maybe that's why I was remembering that.
So
we're having one right now.
Right. And in fact, when I was just before this episode recorded, I saw a link on something for Klein bottles and Mobius loops, right?
Oh, nice.
And this person took the whole thing about that time travel is very much like a Mobius loop, in that as you're traveling along the timeline, as you travel backwards in time, you are both alive and dead at the same time, and it always happens at the same spot on the Mobius strip on opposite sides.
So it's a Schrödinger type thing.
So it's a Schrödinger type thing. So you go back and you kill your grandfather, but then you can't be born because you killed your grandfather. But as you continue down the timeline, you're not born, but then because you're not born, you can't go back in time to kill your grandfather. So your grandfather is born, and then you're born, and that's that whole time loop
thing. And then it keeps going.
Yeah. So
I was speaking of that. Speaking of that, there's the scene when they finally do arrive where they think they're going, and that's not where they think they're going. And they arrive at this ancient battle, and I was very disappointed that they're shooting at all these Roman soldiers in the bay, and none of the Nazis disappeared. Like one of those guys, it's very possible he's some kind of distant relation to your ancestors. don't shoot at people in the past.
No.
Don't shoot at people anyways. But don't shoot at people in the past because you have no idea who you're wiping out.
Yep.
Generally speaking, don't shoot at people, but
there's a reason that the doctor doesn't carry a gun.
Yes. True. This is
You
very true.
never know who you're going to kill. You
Yes.
never know if you kill somebody who you affect in the further down the time.
So Taebyn, what have you been watching?
speaking of, so I've been watching South Park for lunchies, and finally I saw the first episode of Lower Decks.
Woo-hoo!
Yay.
I finally made Pup do it.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. So I watched the first episode, and it's good, of course. I love how they do the whole, how, of course, in Star Trek, they do the whole, like, it's amidst of, like, a war or an imminent doom, the universe is going to blow up.
Yes.
And they're just having a conversation about, I was thinking of going to Venezuela for a vacation this year. How about you? Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. Maybe we can go together. Oh, yeah, incoming torpedo. Okay,
Right.
averted. Okay. And so, New England, I hear, is great this time of year. And they do that a whole lot, at least in the first episode.
Yes.
And I love that. They did a really good job of keeping
It's
that
a great
life.
show. And like I said, it is so Star Trek. At its core, it's 100% Star Trek. If you're thinking that they're ruining it with the comedy, they aren't. They're just making it better.
They're just noticing that, like, they're calling out all those things.
Yes.
Definitely
Like
calling
the whole
it out.
Very
nonchalant
self-aware.
conversations in the midst of terror thing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's very self-aware.
So I've been watching that. We've been watching, continuing watching SWAT. I think I've talked about on the show before. Really good. Really good. Really good. Have either of you heard about the Netflix show Prince of Peoria?
I heard about it last week.
I have seen it on the, possible
Like they
for you,
advertise
but I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
So we watched season 1. There's only 2 seasons, I think. It's a sitcom. It's pretty cheesy, but it's entertaining.
Okay.
I was thinking, especially for you, Bearly, it might be like, you do the nighttime watchies thing. It's definitely not a need to pay attention to too much and like, oh, that was stupid type thing that happened. But it's entertaining.
So it would be good on an edible or two.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so it's something to, like, I'm not highly endorsing it, but I'm thinking it might be a good nighttime thing for you to watch if you don't have anything else. It's entertaining. It's amusing. There's only like 7 or 8 episodes in the first season. We started watching season 10, the new season of The Goldbergs.
Okay, I didn't know it was out yet, so I'll have to start watching that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just came out because I didn't know it was either. But it's really good. We've only seen like 3 episodes.
I don't know. I've lost such interest in it since Adam grew up and went from being a cute kid to an annoying kid to an annoying teenager to an even more annoying young adult. I'm just I'm not. No, for some reason it just like he lost all the charm as he aged.
Just doesn't resonate with you.
No, it doesn't anymore. I really can't get into it anymore.
Yeah.
So today's episode is really funny, though. I mean, if you like the humor and just they're doing a good job of keeping. You know how sometimes shows when they start a new season they like lose something from the whole ambiance and character of the show and everything. So they've kept it pretty well so far. I think it's pretty good. And so we've been watching that. We also watched this show called we're still in the middle of. I think there's only 7 episodes at all. Like there's 1 season and there's so far only 7 episodes. It's called The Watcher. It's a 2022 show. Have you heard of this?
No.
I think I've heard of it. I might have started watching the first episode, but it does not resonate. It doesn't ring a bell whatsoever.
Doesn't ring a bell. No. I don't know what Honey thinks about it. I really like it. It's The Shining-esque.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like the Bates Motel or anything, but it's just got that feel to it and everything, and it's like a thriller type thing. It's actually really good. I think. I think it's worth watching the first episode and see what you think. If it doesn't grab you, then you know I don't need to watch the rest of it. But
I'll check it out.
Might feel like something that you might want to continue. As I say, there's only 7 episodes in existence. So
I'm
not too much
confusing
of a time
it with The Witcher, which is an entirely different show.
Which is totally
The
different
Witcher is
thing.
Totally different.
The Witcher is totally worth watching because oh my god, Henry Cavill is.
So no, I have
so
not
hot.
heard of The Watcher, but I will have to give it a
we're on the wrong-
watch. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, totally different. And you don't have to toss a coin to The Watcher.
Okay.
So.
But I will toss a coin to The Witcher if I see him. That boy hot.
There you go.
Isn't that a watcher what makes a watch?
No, that's a watchmaker.
A watchmaker.
Maker, okay. Yes.
A watcher is the guy that sits in the corner and watches while you're doing naughty things.
Oh, okay. I thought that was.
Like when you're tying your shoe, because you have to. Tie
when you're doing knots,
shoe,
when you're
doing
or when you're sailing.
Or when you're sailing, definitely when you're sailing.
Yeah,
have the figure 8 knot and stuff. So I've also, and of course, it's the normal playing stuff, playing Monkeys Go Pop, the balloons, which just yesterday came out with a new, like they did a big update where there's a new map, there's a new monkey character hero thingy,
a new monkey,
which looks, I haven't tried him. Well, he's like a lot of money to buy, but in game, like the monkey money to buy, but I don't know. He looks very complicated, so I don't know if I'm actually going to try playing him or not. Anyway, I've been playing that, a tiny bit of Hearthstone, and of course Beat Saber is great. I've been just having a lot of fun with that. Anyway, that's all I have been doing at I'm having a stroke in trying to say that.
Yes.
For the week.
So I don't know what brought this into my brain. I think it was the fact that I don't know what you were talking about. Something about balloons and monkeys.
Neither did I.
Oh, monkeys. Monkeys is what brought it up. And that reminded me in my brain about how when America was trying to figure out how to get people into space and they sent monkeys up into orbit. Well, I actually was looking some stuff up on YouTube today for whatever reason. And that popped up. And so did you know that NASA took animals up into the parabolic thing, and they took cats.
The vomit comet.
They took cats and dogs and mice, and
I sent a clip of that to the BFFT chat a while back.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
So, could you imagine those poor cats were pissed? The dog.
Oh,
the dog had a great time.
Woohoo! Like, he's flipping all around.
Go back into the chat and watch the video of that.
Yes.
And the birds. So the birds are flapping around. Could you imagine the birds that get back down on dry land when they're not in there? And they're like, hey, Bill, guess what? I don't have to flap my wings anymore. Watch this. And then just goes to pit.
Oh, no. Yeah. Poor birdie. Oh, no.
Yeah, some of the animals took really well to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dog was especially
the cat,
just happy.
So much. The cat
looked like he was going to kill them astronauts, them scientists. Like, I'm going to kill you when we get to the ground.
Yep. All right. So
this is 2 videos I have to watch tonight. I have to watch that. What's the other one I said I need to... Oh, the gondola and the
gondola.
People being stupid thing. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, now it's time for our... bread and butter furries in the news.
I gave them a second to take off their headphones. And now, commence the thing that annoys every fur very, very, very much. Dogs are barking because their nose is F sharp. And they are barking because they're so sharp, but that they do that. Maybe it should be B sharp or barking sharply, I don't know. What is my life? I don't even know, so I'm just gonna stop asking things and lose my fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was making my eyes hurt a little bit.
Yeah, mine too.
Yes. So first of all, let's talk about AC and MFF, or Anthrocon and Midwest Fur Fest. So,
Bop indeed. Time for Jesse for a walk.
Time for Jesse for a walk. So last year, 2022, AC and MFF had both about 13,000-ish attendees. And this year, Anthrocon had just about the same, 13,644, but MFF went above and beyond.
Crazy.
And had 15,547 attendees.
Can you imagine? I mean, I cannot even imagine this. This is crazy.
That is crazy. I mean, another 15,000, actually another 40,000, and they will be up to DragonCon level of attendees.
Oh, they're not even close. Okay.
They're not even close to DragonCon. DragonCon had 62,000 this year attending.
Wow.
62,000
Where's it at
people.
again?
That's a lot of nerds in one place.
That's in Atlanta.
Yeah. Ooh,
Atlanta.
hot nerds.
Hot nerds.
And not in the hot, cute way, but hot, like in just hot and sweaty nerds.
I mean, I think the theme of DragonCon needs to be 6 to 11.
6 to 11, yes. Exactly.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All the nerds and the heat that's not a good combination.
Right.
And the sixth part is the baths. The number of baths they need to take.
The 6 baths, yes. So you two talked last week about Shanghai Zootopia, the ride.
Yes, I haven't watched that yet. I need to watch that. Oh my cow.
And so apparently they're in the news again for stealing furry art to use in the cartoon or in the attraction. Shanghai Disney used some fan art without the artist's knowledge. As photos and videos of the new City of Zootopia land at Shanghai Disneyland begin to surface online, fans were quick to notice something that might raise some hackles. One of the photos using a prop appears to be stolen furry art. In the video shared on Let's Meet Shanghai, the official Twitter account for the city, various views of the City of Zootopia that have never been before revealed are shared in quick glimpses. One of the newly shared areas from this and other sources includes the inside of Nick Wilde's cubicle. And eagle-eyed fans noticed the photo on his desk includes an image of a fox clutching a hat to her chest and speculated that the image was of Nick's mother. At first, fans expressed excitement at this addition to Disney canon, since we have never otherwise seen Nick's mother's face from the Zootopia series. And then the original source image was found. The photo on Nick's desk, currently in Nick's cubicle at Shanghai Disney, is a piece of furry fan art shared to an online furry art community called Fur Affinity by an artist with the username of Einschelm. The direct source of the image received several positive comments, and it was posted over 5 years ago, but has not received more engagement until the last couple of days. It's been viewed thousands of times now. People shared that the image was stolen for the Shanghai Disneyland attraction with the artist from Fur Affinity. So, although the land is not open, these images and the close time frame indicate that the area should be completed very soon, and any placeholder images, which is what they're saying this was, should have been replaced by the Imagineers prior to any media presentations. So either someone forgot to replace the placeholder image with an asset that they have created, or an artist
like a picture of a marriage proposal like they do in wallets and stuff.
Or some artist passed off the work as their own. There has been no comments from Disney or Shanghai Disneyland about the situation.
Well, I hope they compensate this artist big time, because that is totally a jerk move by Disney.
Oh, definitely.
Considering the way that they treat people who use their artwork without permission.
Yes, exactly.
There was a story many moons ago about a nursery in Florida that had painted a mural of Disney characters on the wall. Disney found out about it and threatened to sue them. Warner Brothers came in, the Warner Brothers artists came in and actually repainted the wall for them with Warner Brothers characters and said, you guys can have these, free of charge.
Yeah.
Disney threatened to sue a nursery for doing that.
I'm having flashbacks to all the many South Park episodes where Mickey Mouse is
Right.
Wants to sue and beat everyone up and everything. Because
it's true. I mean, the House of Mouse is single-handedly responsible for the copyright mess we're in today.
Yes. And I can tell you that I have been subject to a cease and desist letter from Disney.
Does not surprise me.
Yeah. For the parade over at Seaside for the 4th of July. Because I'm listed on the board of the Chamber of Commerce, the parade, one of the floats, if you will, they were playing the Pirates of the Caribbean song, and somebody in the audience worked for Disney, and they ratted us out, and Disney sent a cease and desist letter and says we can't use that for the parade. Like we could if we paid them a user fee of $150,000.
Yep. Which is far higher than most other artists charge for their music.
The mouse can do what the mouse does. I mean, the mouse
exactly, and they are the ones that have really just kind of just made copyright a living hell for anybody in the U.S.
Yep. Well, we are taking up a lot of time of our listeners, so let's get to some upcoming events, shall we?
Speaking of Shanghai, yes.
Yes, let's talk about Shanghai. So, upcoming events. December 22nd through the 24th, right before Christmas, is a Winty. Again, words are hard. Winter Furry Fusion 2023 in Shanghai, of all places.
Yeah.
Woohoo! December 28th.
Jar Jar.
Did you say Jar Jar?
I said guard your art.
Oh, guard your art.
Did you know that everyone
loins.
like in the universe hates Jar Jar? Did I talk about this on the show recently that I saw the South Park episode with called the Jackasaur episode.
Jackasaurs, yes.
Yeah, Jackasaurs.
Making fun of Jar Jar Binks.
I think making fun of Jar Jar Binks.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it like, a month ago or something. And just the other day, I had to watch it again. It's so... It gets like... It's only like 6.0 out of 10 on IMDb or something. But it's so funny, though.
Yep.
It's because they did such a great job making Jack so annoying.
Yes.
Thank you, Eric, for that good introduction.
Yep.
And then just out of nowhere, he goes,
Yep.
And it's just...
I know that does stuff like that.
I know a puppy.
I know, and it's so great. It's so good.
Okay,
I'm going to probably watch that again tonight. I don't know.
December 28th through January 1st, 2024 is Furvester 2023 in Reutlingen, Germany. December 29th through the 31st in Durham, North Carolina is Be Whiskered. Not de-whiskered, but be whiskered. December 30th, again, through January 1st, 2024, is Yunyu Island 2023 in Chengdu, China. January 4th through the 7th in Seattle, Washington is Anthro Northwest. January 5th through the 7th in Toyohashi, Aichi, Japan is the Japan Meeting of Furries. Just a great name. Also, January 5th through the 7th in Phoenix, Arizona is the Painted Desert FurCon. January 11th through the 15th in San Jose, California is Further Confusion, where Taebyn and I will be. Those super golden rooms. That room better have gold-plated stuff all over it.
I know.
Right?
And no Jackasaurs, definitely.
No Jackasaurs, no. January 12th through the 14th in Altura, Minnesota is the Midwinter Frolic. January 18th to the 21st in 2024 in Boston, Massachusetts is Anthro New England. And then, of course, February 1st through the 4th is Anthro Expo Anthro Expo 2024 in Norman, Oklahoma. And as we mentioned before, that same weekend, the 2nd through the 5th, is Get Out the Float in wonderful Seaside, Oregon, where you can have fun bouncing in houses, swimming, and having a grand old time. And those are the upcoming events for the next month-ish.
And you know, because Squadcast records on multiple stems, we can just erase Taebyn's stem for that whole
We
thing.
can. The whoop we can get rid of, yes.
If we don't
Actually,
react...
maybe you should just actually erase the whole stem for like this whole of my stem for the whole like episode or something. That might be good. That...
Like there's just long pauses. What was that? That's when Taebyn was talking. We just got rid of it.
Oh, okay. I'll keep listening.
Made the episode a lot shorter.
Yes. All right.
It'd be like 5 minutes long.
Yes. So, does anybody have any jokes before we let our listeners go about their business?
I have a couple.
I have a thing called a book. And this book, what's wrong with me?
I don't know. You sound like an evangelist. I have in this.
Look like one too.
I have a book. And this book thou shalt read, and thou shalt be unhappy that thou did it, because it contains many, many bad dad jokes.
The Book of Taebyn.
The Book of Taebyn. Yes.
Chapter 12,
Nothing but bad dad
verses 4
jokes.
through the 15th. The Book of Taebyn. Reading from the Book of Taebyn.
When you get to the Book of Exodus, that's when you leave.
That's
Definitely right. The Exodus.
The Exodus over there.
Exodus. Oh,
the Exodus over there.
That's right. So, what did Mariah Carey say when her boyfriend bought her in an undeveloped patch of land so they could build their dream house?
I don't know.
It's got to be something Christmassy.
She says, "I don't want a lot for Christmas."
Oh.
So, all you furs, just in case you didn't know, Bearly chose that.
I did. I chose
Bearly and Rayne, like, they purposely choose things, but I have this book here that I just read the next things from, and I don't read them in advance, so you can't blame me for how bad they am. Now, how bad they are. Now, every other joke I've said on the show this eve, on any episode, actually, you can blame me for, because I said them, I didn't read them out of the book, so I apologize profusely. Rayne, tell us something informative.
Okay. So why should you not throw your false teeth at your car?
I don't know. Why should you not throw your false teeth at a car?
You might dent your car.
Oh my. That's actually not too bad, actually.
Dent your car.
That's How do you make an egg roll? Well, you push it.
Push it, yeah. Push it real good.
Now drop in a
My husband keeps telling me that I'm of average intelligence. Now that's just mean.
That's a good one. I like that one.
That is. I mean, it's true.
It's true.
You can't argue
Very
with
true.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
So your hubby might know this one, Taebyn. How much space should you give a fun guy?
Enough to grow.
As mushroom as possible.
Oh, yes.
Possible. Taebyn, what's your next one?
So I'm actually covering up the answer. Sometimes, I accidentally read what the answer is before I read it. So I'm actually covering it up with my pausey, so I don't even know. What do you call the new girl at the bank? And I actually don't know. I'm still covering up the answer, so I don't know.
I don't know. What do you call the new girl at the bank?
I don't know.
I'm just going to read it. I'm not even looking at it. I'm going to read it. Nutella. Oh,
God.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute.
That is pretty good.
That's
for that book. It's really good.
That's pretty good.
It is.
Do you know what happens?
Covering up the next one?
Do you know what happens if you put a Viagra in your ear?
Is that is that like vitamin D? Is that a new?
Oh yeah, it's for vitamin D.
It's for vitamin D, all right. Yes.
Okay.
You get hard of hearing.
Huh?
Because vitamin D isn't that for sun to replace sun?
Sure.
Okay.
Suns all have vitamin D.
Now I get it. Okay, now I get it. I see. You get hard of hearing. Okay.
Don't let your sun go down on me.
No, definitely. No.
May you live as long as you want and not want for as long as you live is an Irish toast. bread, cinnamon, eggs, and maple syrup is a French toast.
It is true.
It is.
Okay, I'm covered it up again.
Okay.
So I don't know. How do you fix a broken pizza?
I don't know, but I bet you're going to tell us.
I am.
How do you fix a broken pizza?
Tomato paste. That was horrible. That was horrible.
That was horrible.
That was horrible. What has bread on both sides and is afraid of everything?
Bread on both sides and afraid of everything? A sandwich? No, what?
A chicken sandwich.
A chicken sandwich.
Oh, God.
You know, I was in the pharmacy aisle the other day at the grocery store, and I noticed that they had Batman's shampoo for children. I was a little surprised they didn't have Conditioner Gordon, though.
Batman shampoo for children.
Yes, this is Batman shampoo. Shampoo.
Batman shampoo.
But they didn't have Conditioner Gordon as opposed to Commissioner Gordon.
It's a political thing.
Oh, yes. It's a political thing. It's
a political joke. Yeah. So I got a reversible jacket.
I have ascended to the nacho.
Yes.
So I got a reversible jacket for Christmas. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Neither can I. What?
I didn't say anything, so I can't repeat it. I said what?
Okay. I was trying to understand what you said. What?
We've all gone deaf from Taebyn's yelling.
Yes.
What?
What did the nut say when he sneezed?
Cashew.
Yes.
Oh.
What do you get when you step on a grape? Oh, we all know this one. Okay. On the count of 3, tell me the answer because I know both of you know. What do you get when you step on a grape? 1, 2, 3.
Wine?
Juice.
A little wine.
A
yes,
little
okay.
wine. Okay.
What's long green and slowly turns red?
An embarrassed frog?
That's actually a better answer than the actual answer, which is a cucumber holding its breath.
Okay.
What do you call two guys hanging out by your window?
Friends?
Ben and Jerry.
Curtain rod.
Oh, what do you give a hurt lemon? 1, 2, 3, everyone. Yes,
Lemonade,
okay.
yes.
So how do you fix a broke? Oh, we know this one. How do you fix a broken pumpkin? 1, 2, 3.
I don't know, actually.
A pumpkin patch.
Oh
God.
Okay. Are you in the repair section of that book now?
Apparently.
Okay.
Actually, this section is called Excellent Wisecracks.
Excellent Wisecracks. All right. Well, unless you guys have anything more, I think we should let our listeners go about their business. I wasn't really sure.
I will. One more.
Okay, one more.
It's one more on this page.
Okay.
What kind of fruit? And I don't. Oh, now I get it. What kind of fruit can fix your sink?
A kumquat.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's actually subpar to what can actually fix your sink.
And what is that?
A plumber.
A plumber. All right.
Now we're done on that really horrible note.
We covered a lot. I wasn't sure that we were going to have a long episode, but this is one of our longest ones. Somehow. I'm not sure how.
I'm not sure how either.
We covered a lot this week. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We know that you have a choice in podcasts, and we love that you choose our little show. So next time, be good to each other. Moobarkfluff, Hooniiniend, or whatever that word is, and stay furry. Rayne, any last words before we let Taebyn take the floor?
Just want to say, stay furry, be good to each other and yourself, and Moobarkfluff.
All right.
And goodbye, my sweet Ziggy. I love you.
Aww.
Every fur on the count of 3, go, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Aww.
And I know all our listeners did that too, so thank you for participating in that.
This group participation podcasts.
It is. It's interactive.
It's interactive. Taebyn, what have you got to say?
Like Romper Room.
Yes.
Taebyn's frozen. Oh, there he is.
What?
We're just waiting on you to say goodbye.
Hi!
No, goodbye. Goodbye, not hi.
Speaking of which, I think you already heard this story. It was in the paper the other day that a guy goes into a restaurant and asks the host if there's a table for him. Can he sit down or something? And the host says, "Could you just wait a few minutes?" And he says, "Sure, no problem." And the waiter says, "Take these Pepsis to table 9."
I told that joke 2 weeks ago.
He did.
And I told it again.
You did. Yes.
Because I like it, and I've been telling everyone. So, all you furs, this is a shout out to Bearly a few weeks ago for telling that joke that I've been telling everyone, and apparently I forgot that.
Where you heard it.
Told that. So, shout out to Bearly.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bearly's here on Tuesdays. Give your tips at the door.
That's okay.
Third loin.
100 and almost 200 episodes. We're going to repeat jokes from time to time, folks. just so you know.
Circumference, yes.
Circumference, yes.
Oh my cow.
Wallaby sock.
Wallaby socks, indeed.
No more.
Oh, time for Jesse for a walk.
Yes.
So, on that note, I have to say thank you all you first for listening. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope this has been a long episode. How do we do this? I had a really good time. Have you first had a really good time?
Yay!
Yay! Woo!
Whoop, whoop.
On Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like Cherry. I don't even know where I'm going with that, but thank you all you first for listening. It's been very great. We hope you've had a really good time. I know we have. Lots of things learned. Lots of stupid things that I've done, because that's what I do. This pup will be at a bunch of cons next year. Rayne and Bearly are going to be at cons next year. We hope to hug you tight with posies. But until then, I guess I'll just have to say, what's the word? Who and... Oh, yeah.
Who and I.
Yeah.
Who and
Say it
I.
again,
Who and I.
Rayne.
Who and I.
And, so until we bark at you next week, I say Moobarkfluff, stay furry, bark, bark.
Bearly Furcasting is an Injured Nerve studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at bearlyfurcasting.com. The Furcast is produced, recorded, and directed by Bearly Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Bearly and our associate producer Rayne Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music, as well as some interstitial music, was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Reg Day with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Reg Day, you can search for Tweezer Beak on Bandcamp or Hoop Loop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on SoundCloud.com, the YouTube Free Use Library, and Epidemic Sound. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at bearlyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the bearlyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at coffee.com/bearlyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/bearlyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.